I don't know if you feel this too, but lately, life feels small. Wars on one screen, inflation on another, currencies falling, borders tightening, fear being normalized. And here I am, standing in an airport, wondering if traveling right now is escapism.
Or survival?
What if everything we're told is only part of the story? Because when the world feels like it's burning, you start asking dangerous questions.
What if this chaos isn't random at all?
I scroll through the news every morning. Another conflict, another temporary economic measure, another reason prices went up again. Food costs more, travel costs more, living costs more, but salaries, they stay suspiciously the same. They tell us it's inflation. They tell us it's recovery. They tell us it's necessary. You start noticing patterns. But when you zoom out, really zoom out, wars erupt where resources matter most. Currencies weaken where debt is highest. Fear spikes right before major policy changes. Maybe it's coincidence. Maybe it's not. Conspiracy theories are just questions nobody wants to answer out loud. And in between, we're expected to live normal lives. Work, consume, repeat. So why travel now? Because staying still Traveling worse didn't make the world quieter. It made it clearer. When you move between places, you see how the same crisis wears different faces. Inflation isn't just numbers. It's a street vendor charging double and apologizing. War isn't just politics. It's families changing languages mid-sentence out of fear. Everywhere I went, people weren't talking about ideologies. They were talking about survival. And that's when it hit me. The system doesn't care where you're from, only how much you consume and how little you question. I didn't plan to document everything, but when your mind is constantly connecting dots, you need somewhere to put those thoughts before they eat you alive. So I started journaling. Not aesthetic quotes, not perfect life nonsense. Conversations with strangers, how fear shows up differently in different cultures. What feels manipulated and what feels human. My travel journal became less about destinations and more about perspective. Because when reality feels unstable, writing is how you stabilize yourself. Here's the thing nobody prepares you for. When you travel during global instability, you stop seeing events as isolated. Inflation connects to war. War connects to energy. Energy connects to politics. Politics connects to control. And control always disguises itself as safety. I'm not saying there's one grand villain. Reality is more boring and scarier than that. Systems don't need villains. They just need participation. And most of us are participating without even realizing it. Travel didn't give me answers. It gave me better questions. And that's dangerous in a world that survives on distraction. Traveling right now isn't about luxury. It's about seeing beyond algorithms, listening instead of scrolling, remembering that humanity exists outside headlines. When you sit in a cafe in a different country, you realize the world isn't divided the way we're told. We're just fed different versions of the same fear. We're just fed different versions of the same fear. A lot of you have asked how I organize my travels, my thoughts, my expenses, my mental health on the road. That's why I turned my personal travel journal into something you can use too. It's not just checklists and plans. It's space to think, to question, to breathe. You'll find it on Patreon and Gumroad. The link is in the description. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm here to tell you it's okay to feel confused. It's okay to feel small. And it's okay to step away from the noise. To understand the world on your own terms. If this video resonated with you, follow us for more journals, checklists, and grounded, because in a world obsessed with control, awareness is freedom.